What's up, you guys? Your boy Eddie Ed, Mitchell&Mitchell sipping still here. My girl Kimmy Kim. What's good with yourself?
What's up, y'all?
Listen, we're doing Wisdom Wednesday on a Friday. So we understand that the other day our sound went out and we're trying something new and it didn't quite work out. So, we didn't really get it. But anyway, we're back today. We're giving you Wisdom Wednesday on a Friday. So how are y'all doing today? Is everybody doing good? I hope to God you guys are. And listen, we thank you guys for following us and subscribing. The people that have been rocking with us, we really thank you for that.
What's up?
Today, we're going to be doing Wisdom Wednesday on a Friday. And we can break it down to what we're going to express and elaborate to the people.
So, Wednesday is really the middle of the week, sometimes referred to as the day.
Oh,
But, we want to get to that Friday. So we're already here.
right.
So we want to give y'all what y'all missed to carry you through to the next Wednesday. With that said, I want to discuss something or share something with y'all that's on your girl heart. And that is, it's just as difficult to reach a destination you don't have to come back from. Okay, let me say this again. It's just as difficult to reach a destination you don't have to just come back from a place you've never been. So basically what I'm saying, to break that down, it's just as difficult, okay, if you're trying to go someplace you've never been, to come back from a place that you've never been as well. To reach that particular destination, the difficulty is of the same. It's just how bad you want to get there. That's all it is. It's just how bad you want to get there. And a lot of times, we tell each other all the time, like all the reasons why we can't do something in a day. So say if we got, I gotta do this, I gotta do this, and I gotta do that, right? But really, if you just take your time and say, yep, I know I got about 20 things to do today, but I'm gonna do one. I'm gonna accomplish that. That's gonna be done. I'm gonna do two. I'm gonna accomplish that. That's gonna get done. And then at the end of the day, just check yourself. Go out the day. Have you ever heard of the pause method?
No.
Okay, so you pause before you get angry. Okay, you pause before you actually say something out your mouth. Sometimes people say something and your reflex game is on point, but you're like, you know what? I'm gonna pause, to give myself a recalibration. Okay, I'm gonna pause, but in order to do that, in order to get things done, try doing something one thing at a time, and then you'll see how very productive you are.
I think sometimes we look at things and we look at the overall picture of all the things you got to get done, and it becomes overwhelming. So you say, man, I think you said I got 20 things to be done. So you look at 20 things. It's almost like you're speaking in front of an audience, and you're looking at all the people in the audience. When all you really need to focus on is what you got to say. So look at all the people in the audience and all their faces. It can be overwhelming.
Yeah.
You feel like, man, I got to do all this, got to do all that. It kind of keeps you stagnant. But the same thing you're saying when it comes to all the things you have to get done in that day, just get one done. Boom, knock it out. Get the second one thing done. Boom, knock it out. And then before you know it, all the things are done. And before you start going off or you start going crazy, or you start feeling like you get that anxiety, take a pause and say, let me. I used to have a guy who worked for me in my shop. I owned the auto shop. And one of the guys came in, he was a mechanic. I don't know if he was a master mechanic, but he was like our kind of like a liaison. He came in and kind of gave us like ideas to kind of help coach and manage for me. And he would say, listen, before you get all mad, a lot of mechanics get mad and start throwing tools and stuff like that. He said, before you get mad and get frustrated, he said, let me take a minute and sit back. Because sometimes something is to take that pause and come back and just start over. And that's something that I've learned in the course of my time too, to do that as well. Sometimes we get frustrated in our relationships or in our family. Yeah. And it's like you want to solve. Because one of the things I've also learned is watch what you say, because once you say it, you cannot take it back. You can apologize for it, but it's been said. So if you call somebody a birch or an a-hole or something like that out of anger, it's like, oh, I'm sorry to call you a B word. I'm sorry to call you for any word or whatever. But it's kind of like, all right, I'll accept your apology. Damn, you felt that way though? It's kind of hard to act like that. So with that being said, take that pause, calm down, recalibrate. Get back to the task at hand, get back to whatever you're doing with your family, or with your friends, or with your relationship, and just try to recalibrate yourself.
Yeah, because life is 10% of what's happening to it, but 90% of how we react to it. So with that said, like even in the process that you said, when you just said simple about when you're in a relationship or you're, being a parent or co-worker, whatever it is, when you say something out your mouth, and it affects the person. People can forget what you said. People can kind of brush it over. It's the feel good that people don't remember. That's what's the lasting effect. People don't forget how you made them feel. It's like muscle memory. You know what I'm saying? They don't forget that, like that moment as a trigger. Like, I remember you made me feel like that. And because of that, that caused a lot of other things that if we just pause, that wouldn't even have happened. You know, sometimes I get to the point where I am angry, okay? Not knowing that because I just didn't eat or I just need a pick me up. So if you react off that, I've learned to say to people and in situations where I can stop, say, let me come back to this. If I really want to give it all that I need to give it to you, let me come back to this. How about you come back to me? You know, I learned to do that pause, and I promise y'all, it really do help. The next one I want to talk about is that you can never cross the ocean until you lose sight of the shore. So in order for you to get to where you're trying to get to, if you keep focusing on what you think is in front of you, just like you're looking into our camera right now, but it's a whole bunch of life behind that, right? But if we just keep looking right here, we're never gonna get to it. So sometimes I heard this saying, Sip, and you just said this, you know, sometimes you can walking and people, you know how they so confident, they can be arrogant or whatever, and they just walk straight through you and they don't like, excuse me, you know, my natural reaction, like anybody else, is just to step to the side. But what about that person that they're not stepping to the side? They keep walking and walking, and they see you walking too, and it's a narrow space, but they don't step to the side, they just walk straight through you. Okay, so that right there can cause a serious reaction. I know you know what I mean, but that can cause a serious reaction. But when it comes to that, that's being very physical. But I'm saying in your mind and your goals and things you're trying to reach, you got to look beyond what you see in front of you. There's going to always be life and obstacles, and we got to learn to get past that. When it's a Wednesday and you're trying to get to that Friday, you got to keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused to that.
I like that, because you always tell about someone, we can't focus on what we got to gain while we're looking at what we might have to lose. So I like that what you said about going to the ocean and leaving the shore behind you, because if you constantly look at the shore behind you, you can't really gauge the direction you go for the next shore. So you said in order to cross that ocean, you have to, that land has to go. It has to be out of sight. That means you've actually made some progress. So what you had left behind is no longer in sight for you to go back to when you gotta go now. Right. And that's another thing too. I like that. It's like you put yourself out there. There are certain things that we do when we say accountability partners and stuff like that. There are certain things I would say that I'm trying to do. A lot of times, once you say it to somebody, you almost got to keep going.
That's right.
Once you put it out there, like right now, we do Mitchell&Mitchell, and we put stuff out there. I express stuff in my experiences and stuff that went on with me. We talk about our lives. We put it out there now, which means we're committed to where we're going now.
That's right.
At this point, we put it out there. And we were looking kind of silly, just kind of thought back camera. But wait, let me get back to short. So they look forward to where you need to go. And let me tell you something as Mitchell&Mitchell, him and I, we minister and talk to ourselves. These are things that we learn and we're constantly learning, and we're encouraging ourselves as we encourage you guys. Right. Obviously, everybody goes through things. Obviously, all of us have stuff still to learn. But we are learning it together, and we embrace it. We embrace it. We embrace the failures. We embrace the success. And keep going.
That's right. I mean, the past is your lesson, the present is your gift, and the future is your motivation. What you were saying, Sip, was most of the time we're looking at what we have we're thinking about what we're losing more than what we have gained. And that's what kind of keeps us stagnated and stuck in a lot of our situations. And I encourage you today of different things that I've experienced throughout my life, that if I allow myself to focus on so much of what I am losing than what I'm gaining. For example, I'm gonna get a little dark with people that have lost, I mean, literally lost everything. I mean, they woke up and their house was running, they only can grab one thing, and most of the time it's their child. That's what they were trying to grab. So with that, you know, when you lose absolutely everything, and we be looking at little monetary material things that we can get over and over again. So if you change your mindset, the way you look at a situation, a problem, then you will realize that the most important thing to get that to be different is to change how you simply look at it. You just turn it around and look at it a whole different perspective, and it changes things. With that said, I say that two things define us. It's our patience when we have nothing, and our attitude when we have everything. So to be patient and to be humble in certain situations. You always know, and you can tell yourself that, well, there's a lot of people got things going on much, much worse than what we got. And I get that. We say that, some people say it's kind of cliche stuff, but really, it really is. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. You already in a better position right now that you're watching the Mitchell and Mississippi field. Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? As we're giving you Wisdom Wednesday on Friday, somebody didn't wake up. Somebody didn't get to say that today is the day I'm going to get to do something different. You already ahead of the game. And I just feel like that a lot of times, if we just stop, as I say, pause, and don't react to every little thing. Listen, everything don't deserve your energy. Everything don't deserve that energy. Every time somebody says something crazy, look at you crazy, you so crazy, you are in control of that. You can turn that around. You can stop and pause and make a different outcome.
I love it. I love it. So listen, guys, like and subscribe to all of our channels and our handles, and Instagram, Facebook, obviously, YouTube, TikTok. We do our TikTok videos. All our stuff we do is comedy sketches and stuff because we consider ourselves like, kind of comics or whatever. So we do our comedy sketches, just so you know, on our Wisdom Wednesday. I'll put this in there. We do our comedy sketches and stuff. It's going to be on TikTok and probably Instagram and Snapchat. So we're on there. We'll have all this stuff in our bio and our links, so you can follow us on those. But we obviously on these shows we do more of our empowering messages, and we start getting into different type of dynamics, what's going on in the world, what's going on between men and women, whatever. And so we talk about those things on this particular show. We like you, we love you, we always want more of it. And remember, when we do our show, it's been really for fun when we do our show. It's been really good fun doing this. But every time we do our show, every time we connect with you guys, communicate with you guys, get to stuff like DMs, or, y'all talk to us live on our show if you're going live.
Yeah.
Always. Don't ever get it twisted. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what you hear, okay? When it comes to us, as far as what we do here is passion and work. We love what we do. And for us, always, real, Mickey, fishy, fun. We love you guys. We're going to holler at you guys soon. Peace out.